All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning to everybody in the house, and welcome to a new week. It's another week again to try again. All right. So this is I'm on the gold chart right now. I want to make a little to give an insight about what is I'm expecting for this week, especially on gold. So as you can see, we have been on gold has really been creating higher low all this uh, since previous months, and then we are still expecting gold to still in bullish, continue the bullish trend. The bullish direction is still valid. So uh, for today, if I'm gonna take any trade, I wake up this morning. This is where the start. This is where the market. This is where the market opened. This is where exactly the market opened. This level, because last week this is where the market ended. So, and then from this level now, this is where we start for today now on Monday. So that is why I mark this zone. This is an order block that I just mark out right here. Even though we don't have a fair value gap, it's not really too high probability, but as you can see, since the morning, this is the London session already, and the Asia session has been closed. And then this London session, we haven't got any retracement back. We haven't got any retracement. In the market, you cannot only be creating. You can see what happened here, what has been happening previously, higher high and then higher low, and then we have another higher high. We should have another higher low to this level, which is probably going to happen by New York session today, Monday, possibly. And then, so if I don't have any retracement to the back to this zone, I'm not going to take any trade. That is for sure. Because if I'm buying right at this level, where do you expect me to put my stop loss? To this low or to this low? That is impossible. That is going to be too wide. All right, so those are the reasons why you need to identify. You have to know when to take a trade, and then also know if different from when you are not supposed to take any trade. So that is just my expectation on gold. And then now, if you should check on the dollar index, I made a video yesterday, which I've not posted the video yet. Yesterday I made the video. So we have a bullish flag right here that is creating. So now dollar index sorry, dollar index just break out of this trend line of this flag. All right, so it just break out right now. It is likely for a retest to happen of this. But you can see again, we have another gap out of this out of the trend line. So it's likely for a retracement to happen and then before we have the continuation to the upside. So that is for on the dollar index. So why this happening on dollar index, a retracement, we can have gold to create another high possibly, or if dollar index is unable to mitigate back to this one, retrace back to this level, so we should expect it to continue creating another high, and then why gold will drop back to this level and then before the continuation. And then now if you check, let's check on the silver. This is my expectation also. When I'm analyzing silver, gold chart, I combine everything together with the silver, because silver is sometimes it's a direction. It's like a mirror of to gold. So gold follow the footprint of the silver, which means they are positively correlated. I always saying that on my video. So right now, this is what is happening now on the silver. And then right here I have a fair value gap that was created last week. It was the last week on the 4-hour time frame. Let's put it on the 4-hour time frame. So you can see here, you can see right here we have another block right here, and then we have an inverse fair value gap. I don't know, maybe most of you might not know what is inverse fair value gap. Inverted fair value gap. Inverted fair value gap, it is a gap. Look at this candle. This candle created a fair value gap. All right. When market was creating higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. All right. So now this candle breaking this level, creating another fair value gap right here. This is fair value gap before, old fair value gap, but now we were expecting that another retracement will happen, mitigating back to this fair value gap, then before we have another drop to the downside, but it was unable to do that, which means the market continued creating a new high. In this scenario, this candle is a fair value gap, and then another candle here fair value gap. So if a two candle combines together like that, these two, if this happen in the market, we have two fair value gap. So it is called an inverse fair value gap, because while many traders usually identify where there is a fair value, like for example, now you can see that I have a fair value gap right here now. All right. So if I want to take a trade, I want to wait for this level to be mitigated before I can take a buy. So now let's say, for example, when market got to this area, market continue going lower, breaking, surpassing this level. So now the candle that break this low, because normally fair value gap has to be respected. So if a fair value gap could not be respected, if it didn't respect it, then a candle just come going through that level. That means we are from that level now, we have another invert. Instead of looking for a buy, we are not going to look for any buy again. We need to look for we need to start looking for a sell opportunity. That is what the inverted fair value gap means. So I hope that, I don't know if that is clear enough, but if you still don't understand, then that means in our next class we're going to talk more about it. So now on this silver right now, you can see that we have a fair value gap on the higher time frame here. And then let me switch on my section. This is my section. So this is my section break. The section we have in the Asia. Let me put that to the lower time frame. So on the lower time frame, on the 1 hour time frame, this is the Asia market, Asia section for today. This is the Asia section, and then this fair value gap was happened last week. Did happen last week on the 4 hour time frame. So you can see this direction, how market has been creating, only going to the upside, just like a line. So this don't have to be happening in the market. When we see something like that in the market, we should be expecting, because you cannot compare. You cannot compare what happened here to what is happening right here, right now. You can see the way the market just move in a straight line. So we should expect another drop to this, back to this level, and mitigating back to this fair value gap, then before we can have another push to the upside. And then if that happened on silver, that means gold also is going to do the same thing, mitigating back to this level. And then since silver is more volatile than gold, so it is likely for silver to run faster than gold, mitigating back to this level before the continuation, and then gold coming here slowly and then back to the upside. Now let's go back to let's check on the Bitcoin. Let's switch this off. All right, on gold, on the Bitcoin, my expectation, I took a trade early this morning on Bitcoin. It just escaped, but we're gonna delete this first, so that now on the Bitcoin, let's put it to the daily time frame. Daily time frame. Right now, Bitcoin, I think is now ready to create a new all-time high right now. So, and again, you can see we have an inverse head and shoulder right here, an inverted head and shoulder. You can see this is the head, and then this is the right shoulder, and then this one was the left shoulder. This is the head, and then this is the right shoulder, and then the break of the neck. This is the break of the neck right here. You can see it there. So now what happened on the daily? This is on the daily time frame. We see I have, this was when I was making my video yesterday, so you can see that we have a fair value gap right here after the break of this level. All right, this is higher low for example, and then another break of structure to the upside, and then you can see that we have a very strong fair value gap right there sitting here, and also an other block right here. So what happened now? We should expect something like this back to this level before we can have another new all-time high on Bitcoin. So if you will check on the BTC JPY, you know, when I'm analyzing Bitcoin US dollar, I combine it with the Bitcoin JPY because also they are positively correlated, you know. So same thing happened, the same thing we have here. The head and shoulder that we have here is the same thing that we have on the Bitcoin US dollar. You can see it. This is the left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder. A break and then a fair value gap and other block right here. So you can see a fair value gap. That's why I put it right there, that daily 1 day FVG, which is fair value gap D1, which is on the daily time frame. Now back to the 4-hour time frame. Any 4-hour time frame, what do we have? We don't really have anything serious, nothing really serious, you can see. So the only important area we can see here, it is only this fair value gap, which is likely for market to come back. It's likely to come back, mitigating back to this level before we have another new high on Bitcoin. So anything that's happened on the Bitcoin JPY, you should expect it to happen also Bitcoin on the Bitcoin US dollar. So you can see, and again, since this move has started last week, this uptrend has happened, we don't have any tangible retracement. That's not happened yet. So it is likely for Bitcoin to come back to this level. That's why I position myself here for a buy. So the buy I made this morning was just a scalping, so I made a scalp and so, but I'm expecting Bitcoin to come back to this level, mitigate this level, then before we have another push to the upside. All right, so back to the 1 hour, and then now we're still having US government on the shutdown. That is still shut down because since they are unable to pass bills to all the spending bills, so the government is shut down right now. Let's check our economic calendar quickly before I end this video. For this week, let me say, for this week now, what do we have on the economic calendar? Monday, we don't really have anything for the US, and then Tuesday, check some on Tuesday, we have this is only what we have, balance of trade, which is medium impact. The only import balance of trade is also Canada, US, anything that we have for US on Tuesday, they are all medium. That is not really too important. And also for Wednesday, what do we have again? Only the FOMC meeting. One of the important news also for this week, also we have it. It's going to happen in 2 days time. That is going to be on Wednesday at 9 p.m. So that's going to be on 9 p.m. So this news is one of the important news which you need to be focusing on. All right, and then for Thursday, every week we have jobless claims. It's a jobless claim. Federal Chair Powell is gonna speak also on Thursday. Oh my God, that's gonna be hot. So when this man want to speak, so you have to pay attention. This man, it is a very important. It's the chairman, the director, the chairman of the American Bank. So this man, because I think somebody asked in this group last time that who is that man, so this man, Chair Powell, is a Jerome Powell. So it is a chairman, is the man that control, is in charge of the United States bank, Bank of America. So it's the man that give, or anything that's happening in the bank, in that Bank of America, is the one in charge, apart from the government. You understand? So that is, whenever this man want to say something, that means they're going to talk about how the money are being printed, how the money are being distributed also. All right, so this man, everything that they made the decision about the interest rate. They are the one who made the decision about the interest rate, both the government, Trump, and this man. So you understand now. So if this man, if Trump say let's reduce rate, let's say maybe there's high inflation in the United States, but if this man doesn't accept it, because according to what he's saying, if demand this Powell does not admit it that they can reduce the inflation, that means nothing can be done. So that is the reason why this is, when this man have a speech, it's very, very important to pay attention to it. So on Friday we have nothing really serious or goes Federal Gosby speech. This is going to be a medium Michinga consumer. These are normal news that it is being released all the time. They're not really too important. So we only have important news on Thursday, and then also for Wednesday. I think also Wednesday FOMC meeting, yeah, FOMC meeting, and then for Thursday we have the Jerome Powell speech. So that is it, guys. If you have any question, please kindly drop to the comment section, and then I don't see anything on gold for now. I cannot take any trade on gold neither for now. So I'll be waiting for the New York session to open, and then before I can really identify if I'm gonna take trade or not. And again, today is Monday. Anything that happened today usually be something like a manipulation. So that is it, guys. Enjoy your day, guys, and then peace out, guys. Peace.